Hello, this is Philip and we are here to
unleash your talents. What are we speaking about in this video? We look at the famous quote, dress for success. Now just think of a first job interview that you have. You walk into the room and people look at you. They get the first impression from you. And they will very often judge you on the way you're dressed. And don't forget, you only have one chance to leave your first impression. So be sure to make the best out of that situation. And this, of course, gives some constraints depending on where you have that interview. Are you speaking, do you have your job interview at a big old-fashioned bank, or is this a tech startup with 5 people? I probably would say you're going to wear different things depending on what you're wearing. What's important to me is the clothing that you wear should somehow also show the talents that you have, or should also convey the message, hey, this is the kind of personality I am, and if there's some kind of contradiction here, then something feels odd. Maybe the people who see you can't even say what's wrong, but they will have a feeling that something doesn't fit 100%.
And the interesting thing here is many people say if you dress for success, you should dress up. But the interesting part is that the quote actually says dress for success, not dress up for success. So whatever you wear, make sure that what you wear fits you, is comfortable, and actually is something that you like wearing. Maybe it's not something that you wear every day, so that's fine. Elegant things or sporty things or specific things that you would consider to be elegant might not be exactly what you wear every day, but that's fine. Just make sure you have the right clothes for the right time on you, basically.
Very often it's not only your choice. Very often, at least if I think back to my corporate days, there were in some companies very strict rules on what you're allowed to wear, the dress code. And very often you kind of have this bandwidth of what you're allowed to wear, which means you have these two extremes and you can be somewhere in between. So you don't have to wear a suit and tie, but you also shouldn't wear shorts and flip-flops and a t-shirt, but anything between is fine. And this is exactly in between where you can show your personality and say, hey, I like to wear very colorful shirts because I'm a very outgoing, colorful personality, just as an example.
Particularly, these colorful shirts can be a sign of a status symbol. And our community, our society, our work cultures, our company cultures, our cultures as a whole have a lot of different kinds of status symbols. Status symbols can be as simple as a watch or as glasses, for instance, just like bracelets or anything that you can literally carry with your body. Status symbols can also be the way how you express something or how much space you take for yourself. So if you keep your personal brand in mind, and if you align all the status symbols that you apply, then you can actually even fortify the impression that you leave by maybe just small things. So basically, if you just have, for instance, a black suit, a colorful sticker could be just the right thing that you could put there.
That's if you have the choice. I read once, and I won't tell the company name, but I read once that a company had very, very strict rules on their dress code. And I only checked for the men, I don't know what was written for the women, but for men it said, you're allowed to wear a black tie, a dark blue tie, or a dark gray tie.
Colorful.
Exactly. And the shirt, of course, must be white or light blue, and socks, of course, must be black. And if you hear these sorts of rules, you just wonder, now, you're creating people who think in uniforms, who think in boxes, and at the same time, fun fact, this company actually is so proud of its innovative solutions and of how many great ideas they have. Well, I kind of doubt that, and I think that that's a mistake, or that's a problem that they created themselves by creating rules that were too strict and that kind of bound together the hands of the people that are there.
So make sure when you have the choice to create a company culture regarding to the dress code, that the dress code leaves space for creativity, for flexibility. If you are somebody who is adjusting and adapting to this kind of culture, make sure that you understand how this culture works, how this company culture works, what kind of status symbols you can apply, what kind of status symbols you can use in order to boost your own personal brand. And that's it for this week. Keep this in mind, apply it, and we see you next week. We're here to
unleash your talents.
take care. Bye.
See you.